I want to bring in independent journalist Julian Kimball, who wrote a piece not long ago about Black Twitter. Welcome to Amplify, Julian. And tell us, what is it about, I want to know, because you've been studying this, what is it about Twitter specifically that makes Black people start these kinds of conversations versus other platforms?
Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me on. I just think it's the fact that you have a bunch of people talking all at once. And, you know, the loudest voices tend to rise to the top on a platform like Twitter rather than the most informed. So people who have one experience might be confronted with offhand thoughts that they've probably never interrogated or never been challenged on. And that runs into somebody with a completely different life experience. And then people sometimes start arguing.
That sounds like the spades table to me.
I mean,
you know it does. You know it does. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, like, you know, when you have people with different experiences colliding, I mean, someone who is like of one social class with people of another, there can be friction. You know, especially when something like money, success, and the ability to like express that or show that is like the topic.
Talk about that, though, because you write about the discussions about classism and wealth. Like, what is that looking like on Twitter? And when did you first notice kind of what was bubbling up there? Like, break this down, because I don't know that all of us are watching in the same way you are and kind of seeing those trends happen.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that I've paid attention to. Like, I've been on Twitter for 12 years. So it's something that I just watched unfold during the whole time I've been there. Really in like the 2010s as Twitter started to take off. And, you know, it's like some of the topics, there are like evergreen topics on Black Twitter that can boil down to differences in class. If you're familiar, like it's $200 dates, passports, salaries, and really it all just boils down to class. So, you know, someone might tweet something like, you know, I don't respect you if you don't have a passport. And it's like, okay, there are obstacles to having a passport, even if, you know, you have money. Like some of the obstacles, as I point out in this piece, or as Victoria Walker's journalist pointed out in a blog post, some of the obstacles to obtaining a passport are some of the same obstacles that Black people have to voting, which is valid photo identification. So it's a little more nuanced than that. $200 dates, yeah, $200, because that might not be a lot of money to someone. But, you know, saving money is a privilege. Having a bank account is a privilege. So $200 might not be a lot to someone that might be all someone else has. So to act like, oh, that's not that much money. I mean, yeah, that depends. Maybe for you. Salaries, wow, okay. Like $100,000 might go a long way in Alabama, maybe in some place that might not go anywhere in DC or New York, somewhere in the Northeast. So it's not all apples to apples. I mean, people like to act like it is.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, as you're saying this, I'm trying to wrap my mind around who is in these conversations and, frankly, who's on the platform. Because part of, and I'm going to be kind here because I've actually been trashing social media quite a bit on this show, but to be kind, the thing about a Twitter, social media, is that it has kind of democratized our ability to have conversations with people who aren't like us, who don't live near us, right, who maybe not share the same exact, you know, life experience that we do. And so you get that diversity and at least the close access to it, right? Like I can go on and tweet something and somebody respond to me that has absolutely no connection to my life, where I live, anything like that. But I wonder who the user base for this is, and is it mirroring some of the conversations that you're talking about? Because the things that make me laugh, I'm not gonna lie, are some of those, you know, that go crazy viral on Black Twitter when it's like, you know, somebody will put out things that Black people, you know, things that Black people's parents say. Right? Like things your mama say. And even just saying things your mama say is something that like my family would say that maybe my white friends' parents aren't referred to as their mama in that way, right? And then I just crack up. But I do know in my own personal experience that there is a class element to that, right? Because the way the colloquialisms, if you will, the vernacular, some of those inside jokes that happen come from the kind of working class and middle class community that I came from that happened to be all black, come from the working, class black community that I come from. Probably not the things that I would have said if I grew up just summering on Martha's Vineyard, right? So I'm curious if you could kind of, break down like how you're seeing it all bifurcated, and do you feel like there's a user base that's being insulted or left behind, or is it that the user base might be more reflective of a certain community that we're just not realizing?
I think it kind of depends. Here's the thing, I don't think of myself as like a black Twitter expert as much as I see myself as like an observer. It's like, and like you mentioned kind of trashing social media. I have my own feelings about it, and like some of this behavior. I do think it reflects like the changing attitudes in this country, or especially coming off the pandemic. Like relationships with money. So it's like you have people, especially like millennials. We have collectively like less material wealth, not only than our white counterparts do, but than previous generations of like black people. Right, so there's not having as much money while trying to like succeed amid a global pandemic that is like severely impacted black people, not only physically but financially. So then you just run it. It's just bound to have like conflict, especially when people like talk about stuff like
there's
that.
There's a lack of empathy.
Yeah, exactly. A lack of collective empathy. And then also there's like a contradictory element too. Like you'll have people who will talk all day about wanting to dismantle systems and then tweet their credit scores. Like, my God, the cognitive dissonance. Think about it.
Yeah, that is absolutely. It is all quite fascinating, and I think that why your insights interest us on this show is because so much opinion is made through Twitter now. So many facts are shared, or false information is shared in a way that what's going to the heart of people is sometimes coming in those few characters. And so it is interesting how our community is engaging in moving the culture, or perhaps derailing it at times through the use of this platform. So Julian, thank you so much for your work and for coming out and chatting it up with us tonight on Amplified. Appreciate you.